Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for being here. If you have not already, please make sure to subscribe and leave a like and a comment if you enjoy this video. So today I'm going to be doing like a Q&A, get to know me kind of video, answering some of the questions that I got sent over on Instagram. The first question is, what made you start yoga and how old were you? So I started yoga, I think it was about 3 years ago, so I will have been 20 years old, and it's such a silly reason. I was doing a placement year as part of my degree, so I did a psychology degree at Newcastle, and on this placement I didn't have that much to do, so instead of going there early in the morning and then running out of stuff to do, I thought I'll just stay at home and find something to do, and that thing happened to be yoga. I just tried out some videos on YouTube and literally was hooked from the very first day. I've done it every single day without fail since then. I just love it. Then a related question was, have you always been flexible? I don't know, like I've not always been able to just drop down into the splits, but I think maybe my anatomy does make it easier for me to do some poses. So like having long arms and the bone structure that I happen to be born with. No, I definitely wasn't always flexible. I didn't think I would ever be able to do stuff like the splits, and it did take me a long time to be able to do the splits, but I think maybe I am more naturally bendy than some people. What is my relationship history like? I was not one of those girls at school who had like a different boyfriend every week. No one at school was interested in me. I've had one 2-year-long relationship and that's it, and it ended on a friendly note. We're still friends now, and yeah, I've been a single Pringle ever since, and I am happy to stay that way because I love the way that my life is and my routines are, and I can't imagine finding time for another person within that. So happy to be a single little Pringle. So I've had a few questions about my weight gain journey. I feel like that's a topic for a whole nother video. Keeping it brief here, if I found putting on weight difficult mentally, I would say no, because I was like actually wanting to gain weight. I was enthusiastic about it. I saw it as an achievement every time I gained more and more weight. I found it like a good thing mentally. It made me feel like I was achieving something. A random question, my favourite meal. If you follow me on Instagram, you will know that my favourite meal out of like the types of meal is breakfast. My specific favourite breakfast? Anything that involves peanut butter or chocolate, I'm there. My favourite lunch would probably be like a nice big bowl of soup with toast and hummus, maybe. And my favourite dinner, lentil bolognese. My favourite dessert, anything involving chocolate. What is my ideal life in terms of a job and country of residence? So my ideal job would be just like teaching yoga full time. I would love that. Like making a living from doing yoga on YouTube. And country of residence, at least for now, I'm happy to stay in York because it's where my parents are, and I would like to be able to see them as much as I like while they're still here. I wouldn't want to live abroad or far away and only be able to see them like once a week. I love being able to see them every day, so at least while my parents are around, York is the ideal place to be for me. I can't imagine ever living abroad. Maybe I would move somewhere different in the UK. Maybe like the Lake District. I would like to live in the Lake District so I could just walk up a mountain whenever I fancied it. But for now, I'm happy where I am. Do I practice any formal meditation? So I do meditate every single morning. I think I'm on like a 600-day streak right now, which I'm pretty proud of. I aim for like 20 minutes, but sometimes it's more like 10. Depends if I'm on the early shift at work, so then it will be a bit shorter. I don't really do like a specific type though. It's not like a mantra meditation or anything. It is pretty much just trying to focus on my breath for 20 minutes and just being silent. I don't tend to do guided meditations very often at all. So yeah, it's basically just 20 minutes of continually returning to my breath, continually noticing my thoughts and just coming back to the present moment. My morning and evening routines. So my morning routine, I might make a video on. It's quite elaborate. I get out of bed usually around 4 AM, 4:30, brush my teeth, wash my face, go and down a lot of warm water. So I down about 1 litre of warm water when I wake up. I only drink warm water, I don't like cold water. Then I will sit and fill in my gratitude journal. I'll do my meditation, I'll have some breakfast. It'll usually be like a bagel or a crumpet, so that's breakfast number one. And I'll let that go down, maybe just do a few little random things from my to-do list while I digest it. Then I'll do yoga, anywhere from like 30 minutes to an hour of yoga. Then I will have a nice cafetiere. I'll usually drink that outside. I'll sit and check messages and posts on Instagram. Then maybe have a shower, get some more stuff done from my to-do list, and then finally I'll have my second breakfast, which will be my big bowl of porridge around 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock in the morning. So yeah, my morning routine goes on for about 4-5 hours, which is pretty lengthy. Evening routine, it depends if I'm at work or not. If I'm on the close at work, I get home at 7 p.m, just get into my comfies, sit down with a book, and then I'm in bed at 8 p.m. If I'm not at work, I will start my evening routine at about 5:30, so I'll brew myself a nice herbal tea. I'll do some stretching, watch some videos on YouTube maybe, watch something on Netflix, or just do yoga with nothing in the background, so maybe like a nice restorative yoga session. I'll sit and drink my cup of tea, and then from 7 to 8 p.m. I will sit down with a book, although sometimes I only make it till like 7:30, 7:45, and then I'm like dead to the world and I go to bed. So yeah, I go to bed between 7:30 and 8 p.m, which is earlier than I went to bed as like a child, but it works for me, so do what works for you. Have I always been vegan? No, I've been vegan for nearly just coming up to 5 years now. I was vegetarian for a little while before that, and like gradually cutting out animal products more and more. My main motivation for being vegan is the environment, also for my health, and then also for the animals. So all the reasons, but mostly for the environment. What is the best life advice I've been given? I don't know if it's life advice, but just maybe my favourite quote, which is that comparison is the thief of joy. And I just remember that quote all the time. It's just my favourite quote ever. Comparison is the thief of joy. Keep that in your head. What is my favourite yoga balance pose? Ooh, probably handstands. I work on handstands every single day. Just love a good handstand. I'm not very good at them, but it's a work in progress. What is the most advanced yoga pose I can do? People think that the most advanced yoga pose is like the flip-flop fancies upside down, twisting yourself around ones. To me, the most advanced pose is Shavasana, and you're going to be thinking, what? Everyone can do Shavasana. But to me, that is the most difficult pose. To me, allowing yourself that time to be still and be silent, that is one of the most difficult things you can do. If you can stay in Shavasana and let yourself relax and be still and calm down your mind, I think that requires more dedication, more hard work than anything else I've done in yoga. So yeah, the most advanced pose I'm working on is Shavasana. Podcast recommendations. I am officially a podcast addict. I listen to hours and hours and hours of podcasts. I love Feel Better Live More by Dr. Rangan Chatterjee, the Deliciously Ella podcast, Power Hour by Adrian Herbert, the Rich Roll podcast, Grounded with Louis Theroux, Thanks a Million with Angela Scanlon, Adulting with Anoni, How to Fail with Elizabeth Day, Venetia Lamanna's podcast, Happy Place with Fern Cotton. So many, that's only like half of them. So just a little bit about me from me is that I am 23 years old, very nearly 24. I might be 24 by the time this video goes up. I was born in York and I've lived here for most of my life, apart from 4 years when I moved to Newcastle for university. So I have a undergraduate degree in psychology from Newcastle University, and I have a master's degree in research in psychology from York University. At Newcastle University, I won the prize for highest overall achievement in my cohort, and at York Uni, I won the prize for the most outstanding research project. So I am quite the academic person, but I've decided to just stop all of that and switch to the yoga life. I work part-time as a barista, and I live at home with all of my family, and I love my family. I get along really well with them, and I'm very happy living at home. I know most people would have wanted to move out by this age, but I'm happy staying where I am for now. As well as yoga, I love all kinds of movement. So I used to do running a lot, but I haven't done that for a while for various reasons. I cycle to and from work, I love going for walks, I love strength training, all that kind of thing. I love reading, I love cooking. Yeah, that's all I can think to say about me.